So the only reason for why I'm making this video is because when I was looking for a bike myself, I found this for a reasonable price, brand new. But when I was looking for reviews of this bike, etc., it was almost no information, and I was not sure whether or not the bikes on the internet matched mine, and the ones I found were also pretty bad. If you're looking for engine specs, this is not the place. If you found this video, it's probably because you're interested and already know or have that information available. This is a Regal Raptor ddyw 125cc 8180. I don't even know what that means. 81, whatever. However, now that I got this bike myself, I'll go through the pros and the cons with this. Before that, I'll let you hear the sound and I'll talk about the bike in a second. I'll start off with the fact that this bike looks beautiful for 125. The attention among others are also great, since this is often a rare bike in most areas. The fact that this bike does not look like 125 is also a bad thing when with older bikers they don't seem to be interested before I tell them it's 125. Me at 16 also have a beard, which makes it a lot harder to distinguish from distinguish it from a 250 or 250. As most other 125, it consumes almost no gas, which is great. As you see, the gas tank is a bit shady as I constantly find water or some sort of liquid in the keyhole. This may cause it to rust, so I'm looking for a solution. Rust is a huge problem on this bike, even though it says it's rust free. A tiny scratch is enough to harm the layer of protection, which have already happened a few times. I see rust on bolts and screws and different other parts of the bike, even though I have not touched it. This is possible to prevent using a few chemicals, and that's what I'm going to do. We have these things, which I found okay. Still trying to find some to put on the front so I can get a bit more comfy. For the passengers, the position is alright, but you have to tell them it's for them, if not they'll end up having their feet at the exhaust. We have the gas start-stop thing. The steering is fair, nothing special about it. It's a bit easy to steer, which makes it easier to get uncontrolled movements while driving slow, which isn't very aesthetic. Starting the bike cold without shock is possible and works for me, but when I have started it and I try to raise the RPM, it dies due to lack of gas. I raised the amount of gas intake while idle, and this made it warm faster. However, I always start the bike without shock, and when I'm ready to go, I turn it up while accelerating, before letting the clutch go. You have to watch out though. If it's constant driving after you left your house, you'll be okay and can turn the shock off after a few minutes. But if you have to pass a few lights or intersections, etc., you'll have to slowly adjust the shock. If your RPM is too low, it will eventually die of too much unconsumed gas. It is no big deal, but it is fixable, but my bike is new and I'll try to make it fix itself as it's already becoming better. Another thing is also the chain. When you oil them and drive, it will end up being oil everywhere at the back, and it's not possible to prevent with the original parts. It does not help to let this stay a few hours before you go. The only way is covering around the chain with plastic or something. It gets dirty and I clean it often. If you are used to bigger bikes, this is the bit of a different bike. The RPM is way too high for my taste, and the fifth gear goes from 30 to 110 km an hour. The others are just start gears. Its max speed is 110 km an hour or 68 miles per hour, which is great. You also have to stay on the bike while starting it or holding it, because the support, according to Google Translate, has a sensor which turns the engine off when put down. You won't be able to start it either. Apart from this, I do enjoy this bike and I do not regret buying it. If you want to drive a cruiser, this does definitely work. That was all. I hope it helped.